All right, friends, welcome to the second video about group registration. Today, I'm going to talk through scholarships, and specifically, I'm going to talk through what we call the Waive Deposit Scholarship. So you'll notice I'm going to go into this same account. I'm going to use the account I used for Athens, and I'm going to click on the scholarship button on the left-hand side of the screen. You're going to see all the scholarships this host has set up, as well as our scholarships down at the bottom. I'm going to click on this new button because I want to show you just what it looks like to set up a Waive Deposit Scholarship. You're going to see this is very similar to how you set up a normal scholarship. There's just a few things you need to know to make sure we're on the same page. So whenever you have a Waive Deposit Scholarship, you want to set it up just like normal. I'm going to call this Waive Deposit. I'm going to put in a code for it. You have to put in a code even though you won't ever use it. So I'm just going to use something normal like ABC123. Scholarship type and category are great. Total uses, I'm going to put in as 10, let's say. And then obviously it is checked as active. The automatic button, you do not want to check it. I'm going to repeat, do not check the automatic box whenever you're setting up a Waive Deposit Scholarship. It will not work the way you want it to. And then finally, I'm going to check Waive Deposit right here. And that's what tells the system this is allowed to count as a deposit. The host is Prince Avenue. The associated sessions, I can leave those blank because I want it to count for everybody. And then the dollar amount needs to be exactly the same as the deposit amount. Let me say it again. The dollar amount on a Waive Deposit Scholarship needs to be exactly the same as the deposit amount. So for most cases, that's going to be $50. For other cases, it could be $25 if you have the road crew at your facility on that day. So you might need to set up 2 Waive Deposit Scholarships. You may just need to set up 1. Before we go any further, let me talk about Waive Deposit Scholarships. Number 1, a Waive Deposit Scholarship takes the place of a deposit for a camper in group registration only. It will only work in group registration. These will not work in regular registration. It will return an error. We only want these to happen in group registration. So please understand, if you try to give out this code to a parent, it will not work for them. They only work in group registration. The second thing about a Waive Deposit Scholarship is that because this takes the place of a deposit on a camper's account, if this camper cancels or doesn't come, you will still be liable for the $50 deposit or the $25 deposit that is put down on the account. Even if the camper doesn't come to camp, even if the camper doesn't show up, even if the camper cancels, you will still be liable for this Waive Deposit Scholarship. So be careful with who you give it to, because at the end of the day, somebody is going to be paying for this scholarship, and it will most likely be you as the church after we send out the invoice at the end of camp. So once again, you will be responsible for the Waive Deposit Scholarship, even if a camper does not come to camp. That's different than all of our other scholarships. This one is different because it waives the deposit. I would not worry about advanced settings or override on this scholarship. Instead, I would just stick with the basic settings here, and then all you have to do is hit the save button, and you are good to go.